Hi everyone, welcome to the Witch's Den. My name's Leica. This is my channel. So for our very first video, I thought it would be nice to come to you guys and explain the differences between paganism, witchcraft, and Wicca. There are so many people out there that think that they're one and the same, and that's not true. I do have notes that I'll be reading from. So if you see my eyes wander, it's because I'm touching bases on my notes because I want to make sure that I tell everybody what I'm wanting to tell you guys. So, excuse me. So without further ado, let's get started. So paganism is an umbrella term that defines a person who follows any nature-based religion. So, for example, nature-based religions out there are Wicca, Hinduism, Shintoism, Asatru, Druidry, Shamanism. Those types of religions are nature-based religions. So they fall under the large umbrella term of paganism. Another way you can think about this is you have Catholics and you have Baptists and you have other religions like that form the big umbrella term underneath of Christianity. So it's kind of like saying all those people are Christian is saying that all these nature-based religions are pagan. So a pagan is someone who follows this nature religion and they worship nature, of course. So the religious guidelines that they follow under the natural occurrences, such as like the moon phases and the sun and the seasons. So with that being said, what's witchcraft? Well, witchcraft is not a religion. It's a practice. It's something you do, not something that I don't want to say believe because that's the wrong term too. But it's a practice. It's not considered a religion. Witches are someone who practices witchcraft like chants and incantations, spells, herbalisms, crystals, aromatherapy, things like that. They follow under many different paths. Some of them aren't even religious. So some of them don't put themselves in the category of being Wiccan. They don't put themselves in the category of being Christian. They don't put themselves in a category at all. And then there are some out there that choose to follow a religion on top of their practice. So you have things like Christian witches, and you have things like, the hoodoo and the voodoo, which those two are totally different religions also. They're not, or practices as well. So they're not one and the same either. So yeah, so you can be a witch and not be Wiccan or Christian or a druid or any of that. You can be a witch and not be pagan. Remember, paganism is a broad term, an umbrella term to describe nature-based religions. Religions is the key word there. So witchcraft is not a religion, it is a practice. So with that, going over that, now you're probably asking yourself, okay, well, what is Wicca and the differences between the two of those? So a Wiccan is someone who is pagan because Wicca is a form, remember that umbrella term of paganism, it's a form of paganism. So it's a nature-based religion. So it falls under that category of paganism. So a Wicca is pagan, but they're not necessarily a witch. So you can be a witch and not necessarily be a Wiccan or a Christian, and you can practice Wicca and not necessarily be a witch either. Wiccans believe that there's a duality of the deities, so there's a god and a goddess. And then there's several subcategories of Wiccans. So you have like your Alexandrian, your Dianic, your Gardnerian witches, and there's several others out there as well. Excuse me, I apologize. So the Gardnerians are the ones that followed Gerald Gardner, which is deemed to be the father of Wicca. He actually, in the Gardnerian style of Wicca, you believe in one god and one goddess in that subcategory. But there are many other Wiccans out there, like myself, who consider themselves eclectic. And eclectic means that you can pull from different gods and goddesses in different religions. So it might be, it may not even be a god. It could be something as easy as, okay, there's Buddha. Maybe you're going to do something with him. There's Zeus, there's Hera, there's Athena, there's Persephone. A lot of people follow the Morrigan. One of my gods that I follow is Fenrir. So, Wicca is a religion, and it's falls under the pagan category. And depending upon what subcategory you consider yourself to be, will determine what kind of path you follow. With that being said, though, I believe, and it's my opinion, but I believe that the path that you study should be your own. If it doesn't feel right to you, then it's not meant for you to be doing that. So we all know that in Wicca there's 8 holidays. Okay, so in this religion there's 8 holidays, which include 2 solstices and 2 equinoxes, and then of course our full moons throughout the year are called espits. So, and of course the espits are where like all the magic and the rituals and things like that take place most of the time. So Wicca is based on pagan civilizations. So it's civilizations such as like the Native American civilization, Anglo-Saxon, the Norse Vikings, ancient Greeks, ancient Romans, Celts, Incas, Aztecs, all of those, all of those different civilizations is what Wicca was based off of. So the question that I've got for you guys is, knowing that pagan, and I'm going to break it down for you one more time, paganism is an umbrella term, which Wicca and Druidry and any nature religion it's a category they fall under. Witchcraft is not a religion, it's a practice. And Wicca is a religion based on nature, which makes you pagan. So you can be a pagan witch, you can be just a pagan and be Druid, or pagan and be Wicca. You can be a Wicca and study witchcraft. You can be a witch and not have any ties whatsoever to a religion out there. It's all what you feel is right to you, and what you feel when you're studying and researching, what you feel is comfortable for you is what your path needs to be. So again, with that being said, the ancient question that everybody always asks is, it's said that not all witches are Wiccan, but all Wiccans are pagan. And if you break that down into what I just said, it makes sense. I know it can get confusing at times, and I'm hoping that I enlightened some of you guys in that, in breaking those down. But I want to know how you feel about that statement now that I've gone through and described things. How do you feel about that statement? Do you feel like it's true? Do you have your own opinion on it? I want to know. So video response me, PM me, hit me up, let me know what you guys think. Okay? Until next time, guys, many blessings, blessed be, and I love you. Bye, guys.